The church is under attack. Do me a favor, please open your ears for a second. You know, the church has always been under attack, and it always will be. But sadly, we've misplaced the real church by defining the church as a building. Your church will always be under attack if you constantly misrepresent it with a building, and that building remains unoccupied several days out of a week until you return. You may want to open your ears for this one. When will man return to himself, and to himself first? Inside of every man is where the real building and or construction begins. Building idols will definitely reduce any man of his ideas. It will definitely stifle his potential and distract his very own purpose from ever being built. That's why most men can never fortify their own buildings, thus ignoring their very own church. Man was asked, "What church will you build for me?" He never said, "Which church will you build off of me?" This will and has definitely gone over heads forever. Most can never figure out what he really meant by the question, "What church will you build for me?" Well, keep building the buildings that you'll never live in while neglecting the church you were required to maintain and build. You'll just end up paying three times. The first one is paying for a building that you will never own. The second one is paying because you neglected the very first church because you've misplaced it for a building. And the third, you'll turn right around and be required to pay to be buried right behind the building that if you added up all the coins, you've already paid for it anyway. So the old cliche of the church is under attack is so very true. It is true. It's not a lie. All while the buildings that you see and attend once a week are the very things that are resting in peace while you are in turmoil the other six. By the way, the buildings, they're insured. Some by Geico, State Farm, you name it. They're insured. But what about you? Never mind. The church is under attack. Or is it? To the great buildings out there, the ones that are doing the work, much love to you. To the sensitive ones that always use that cliche, the church is under attack, please tell the people that they are the church. Acts 7:48. God does not dwell in the temples made by the hands of man. Ephesians 3:20. He dwells within the power that's within us. In essence, if we never wake up and take him into the buildings, the church is nothing anyway. So the church is definitely under attack. Which church will you build for me